We're back.
What is it?
We're back.
Okay.
Yep.
We live?
We are live.
Okay.
All right, so let's get back to it, the meat and potatoes. So we were talking about, and guys, thank you for tuning back in. We were talking about Ngorli, the mission of Ngorli, and the difference between the resources that we have here in the United States and the lack of resources in Africa, and trying to connect the communities in Africa and in the United States, correct? Okay, so what is next for Ngorli? What would you like to see happen in the near future?
Well, in the near future, I just want to see a lot of underserved children, being in Africa, in America, and Europe, to get into STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, so we can start solving our own problems. Right now, if you go to Ghana, Togo, a lot of the boys, they want to play soccer. You come to America, in the African American community, football, basketball, and I'm not trying to bash anybody, but entertainment and sports is not going to solve our problem.
It's not. We gotta have education.
We can have 20 million Jordans, and our problem will be our problem. You see, right now, in the African community, being African American or Africans, we don't have leaders. Not a single leader. You see? And we need to create our leaders. For example, if a Russian is killed in America right now, or in Africa, the Russian government will react. If you kill Chinese, the Chinese government will react. Kill a black person, being African or African American or from the island, that is it. We don't have a leader to fight for us. And if you don't have a leader, you'll be slaughtered. And that is our problem. We don't have a leader.
If you have a leader, you'll be slaughtered?
If you don't have a leader, you'll be slaughtered. If you have a leader, you'll be protected. You see, so in the black community, being Africa here or whatever, we have daddy issues. We have leadership issues. If you come to America, our homes, the fathers are not there because of our history, because of our problems. You go to Africa, we don't have leaders that, can say something to defend our people. When we have these African Americans killing going on in America, did you hear any black president, any African president say anything?
Why?
They dare not, because they are being held by their masters. Because if you say something, then you're not going to get the grant. I'm not going to give you this money and this money and that money. So you're scared.
Is there a president in Africa?
Yeah, we got presidents in Africa. There's a lot of countries in Africa.
And there's like a whole, like there's a Democrat and Republican voting. Does that take place in Africa?
Yeah, Africa is a continent, so every country has its own president. We have the democratic process, and we have some problems here and there. But we have about, I might be wrong, 50-something countries in Africa. There's 50-something president in Africa.
Did y'all hear that?
And by 50-something president in Africa are all be controlled. They can't say anything. The last time...
They can't say anything? The president?
The last time they were killing blacks in America, I'm not saying wrong or bad,
okay.
But everybody have their own opinion. But did you hear any African leader say anything? No. Recently, a journalist was killed, and everybody was was killed by somebody in the Saudi Arabia embassy in Turkey, and everybody was going crazy about it all over the media. Yeah, we get killed every day.
And nobody's going crazy about that in the media.
Because we don't have a leader.
So why are there no leaders? Because of fear? Is that what you're saying?
It's not because of fear. We don't invest in our children. Education. You see?
We don't have the money to invest in a lot of times.
You don't need money. We need unity. We need to come together.
That's true. You don't need money.
That's why in Ngorli, I'm trying to link our identity. Give these children the chance to grow. And we as people, we need to know our priorities. I'm not trying to bash anybody, but a lot of African American parents, they are very proud when they say, oh, my son is playing basketball. I'm taking my son or my daughter to a football game on this or that. I'm not moved by that. Tell me
I'm not either.
Tell me I'm taking my son to a STEM program, and I'll be happy.
I'm big. Listen, I'm big on education because I know that a lot of, if we knew more, we do more.
Yeah.
I think that the education system in the United States only teaches you what they want you to learn.
Yeah.
And it's up to us as individuals to go beyond that. There's some of us like you and I who know more than what they're actually telling us. And it's up to us as leaders to give everyone else that knowledge who wants it. But at the same time, basketball to me and football, sports in general, is an outlet for a lot of kids. So I understand it keeps a lot of children off the streets in the United States. We got a big problem with drugs and violence and all that kind of stuff. But there's only a handful of kids who are going to actually make it past the college level or past the high school level.
But you know something? It's it's what you believe in. We perceive or believe that is the only outlet.
Yes, we do. A lot of times.
So that is our problem. So the other races are not. They don't care about basketball.
They don't give a shit.
So how do you come back and say that's our only distance? Because that's the propaganda. We perceive that is the only way.
Because they got AAU who puts out this huge tournament every year that gives out nothing. They don't care anything about education. They run those kids all year and they get nothing at the end. They don't give them scholarships. They don't give them anything
but
that will further them in their lives. You know
something. Sometimes we should use what we have. If all our kids want to play basketball, all our kids want to play football, perfect. Use that.
Use that to bring them in, to draw them in.
That before we go to a basketball practice, you're gonna learn. You're gonna do some math.
That's right.
You're gonna learn about flying drones.
That's
you're gonna
right.
learn about sticking some needle into something.
That's right. Live broadcasting, media, production, photography, 3D imagery, the future,
programming. Let's
programming. Yeah, they need to know it.
Facebook.
I'm all about that.
Yes.
I don't mind a child. You can't, if you love sports, it keeps you in shape, getting healthy exercise, and you need it. If you love sports, fine, do it. But when people stop teaching and only focusing on the sports, I think that's where we have a big problem in, especially this region of the United States. But I'm sure it's all across the United States. And I think that in a minute, we're not going to be any resources of any good to anyone else because we're missing the bigger picture.
That's why we need to travel.
We definitely need to travel.
So right now, African Americans don't travel because they don't have the money. Good. Africans can't travel because they can't get the visa. So we need to figure it out. We need to come. We need to have this program. We need to link our identity. If these kids come together, they can be great.
We got it. We already got it. We got the resources. We got the way that we can travel and link the resources. And it's coming. I want y'all to stay very in tune with Ngorli. Definitely come by here. Keep your eyes on this place and if you're willing to donate a little bit of your time, if you are in education, if you are into children and bettering kids across the world, definitely come by here and link up with us because we got some big stuff coming up. And not to cut you off, I really want to touch on that stuff because it's important. A fundraiser that you have going on. Tell them about the fundraiser that you have going on.
So in February, I'm trying to raise $100,000.
$100,000.
And I will
that can be done for education.
For education, and the reason being that Ngorli is stretched. You see, doing a program is beautiful, but doing a quality program is necessary.
Right.
And you have to do what is necessary before what is beautiful.
That's right.
So now we are where we are doing something beautiful. I want to do something necessary. So, we need to upgrade our programs. We need to reach out to more children.
So the fundraiser is to raise money to upgrade the program.
Yes. Because, for example, our program here, now we need a van to pick up these children because their parents have 2-3 jobs and they just want their kids to be home safe. But if they know I can pick them up and bring them here and just drop them off
Then they know they're safe.
They are safe.
And that's less stress on them.
And they are learning something. So they can learn how to write some code, fly some drones, do some videography or photography or some stuff like that. Something that will provide something for them in the future that will change their future. So the fundraiser is to
better your program.
Better the program.
Give them the resources. Give them the knowledge that they need to make it past basketball and football.
Yes.
And to spread that knowledge to Africa.
Yeah.
And is it London?
London.
In London.
Is
there poverty in London in the black community?
Oh yeah.
Big time or?
Yeah, big time. You know, it's sad, but
I didn't know that. You're definitely teaching me a lot. I've never been to London. The furthest I've been outside of the United States is the Bahamas.
Okay. We will take you to Ghana to do more project over there.
I can't wait to go.
You see, it's how you define poverty. Okay, I don't like to say.
To me, poverty is lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Not money.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because in Africa, we got all the resources there, the natural resources to be great. But for example, in Ghana, they find oil. So now we have to go find people to come and dig the oil, and then they will give us the share of what they are digging, or what they are sampling or whatever from the ground. Okay, do you know that Americans love chocolate?
Yes.
Okay, so Ghana produces cocoa. Cocoa is used to make chocolate.
Chocolate, right.
So we grow this cocoa and ship it to all over the world, and then they will tell us how much they want to buy it. Why can't we just produce our own chocolate?
That's right.
So the gold, the oil, so we have these resources, and then we go call somebody, hey, if you go to Africa right now, China have taken over Africa. So what we built America. African Americans or black people built America. We built Europe. Now we are building China because they are just.
But we won't go back and build Africa.
Or we not build ourselves.
We won't build ourselves.
Lack of knowledge. We don't believe in ourselves. We are divided. So we need, everybody need to calm down.
Calm down, everybody.
Everybody need to go back.
Everybody calm down.
Everybody need to go. There's something called Sankofa.
Sankofa. I was in a group in high school, a club called Sankofa.
Yes. It means going back to your roots.
Yes.
Going back to what works for you. And by that, we can move forward as people. You see, I do not want to blame any race. For that matter, I don't want to blame.
Well, at this point, it's like, okay, it's like that old saying, fool me first time, shame on you. Fool me the second time, shame on me.
I don't think even that. With me, I think if something is working for certain race, let it be so.
Right.
Work on what is working for you.
Right.
Because I will not say, for example, let me give you an example. In America, there's something called white privilege. Okay. I've
heard of it.
Okay, as an American, because you know I'm African and I'm American. As American, I want to say yes, there's white privilege. But my part of Africa in me, I want to say no, there's nothing like white privilege. Why? In Africa, where we rule our own countries, if I take a homeless white person from Colombia and put that white person in Ghana, he or she will open any door.
Run that back. If you take a homeless white person
from the street of Columbia, South Carolina,
from the streets of Columbia, South Carolina, they will go to Ghana.
Take them to Ghana. And
what will happen?
They will open any door if they choose to open.
Because of the knowledge.
No.
Because of the
resource.
Because
they are white.
Because they're white.
Right. Okay. In this time, so why will you call that white privilege? Because they, in that I would call black submission. We Africans submit to other races. So it's now privilege because, and this in America you can call it white privilege.
Right.
In Africa, I wouldn't call it that.
What would you call it?
It's black submission. We submit to people. Because they come and do whatever. Chinese is in Africa right now, just slapping us back front. It's just like back in slavery.
Are we afraid?
We don't have the knowledge. I don't get it. It's because they will come and say, let me mind you. See, let me give you $1 million to construct a road, but I will bring my engineers from China to come and construct the road, and you use the $1 million that I gave you to pay them. And then African leaders will say yes, because we desperate.
Let me go to Africa. Just let me go there. I ain't scared of nobody.
It's not about.
And I have plenty of knowledge, and I would love to share it with people.
It's not about it. You see, we as people are not together.
We're not. We are divided a lot.
We are divided. Mm-hmm. You know what we say? Let's be real.
Women are divided. Men are divided. Black people are divided. We hate each other.
Yeah.
We kill each other. We're jealous of each other. We try to outdo each other, and it's not about all of that.
A lot of black people have PhD.
PhD.
Yeah.
Like a degree.
I wish it's pull him or pull her down syndrome. You see?
Did y'all catch that?
You see?
PhD.
Yeah.
Not a degree. Pull him down or pull her down. Yes, a lot of people. Mm-hmm.
And we need to stop that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't blame white people, because I will not pull white people down because it's working for them.
Right.
We need to do what is going to work for
us. Yeah.
Because when you go and say, oh, because they need to come to our level, no. Let us work as a unit to put something on the table. If you have something on the table, then you can say something.
So this fundraiser will allow us to work as a unit to help everybody and give them more education everywhere, all across the board.
This is the time I need people to support me to promote education.
So where would they be able to find? The fundraiser is going to start, February the 1st?
February 1st.
And it's going to be on
Facebook and GoFundMe.
Yeah,
it's going to be a crowdfunding where we will push it out.
In the name of Ngoli. So February the 1st, if you guys would love to help out with education all across the board in Ngoli and helping Raymond to raise money, the goal is 100,000 or more.
Yeah.
And what's the goal by? 30 days?
30 days.
In 30 days. You can do it.
February is Black
We can do
History
it. Not you. We can do it.
We are going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
February is Black History Month.
And it's Valentine's. So let's show some love to Ngoli. Let's show some love to these children. Let's link our identity. Let's push these kids into education. Let's stop blaming everybody.
Yeah. And focus on the education.
And do our part.
All right. So now you have going on a used item drive.
Yeah,
What type of used items?
Clothes, shoes, and
And what do you do with those items?
Okay, so I have a project, and this project was inspired by a young adult, this young kid called Tariq.
From Colombia.
From Colombia. They are on the street. So after I talked to them about you need to change, you need to go to school, and they are willing to change. They want to change. They need to change.
Right.
They are calling for help. But then when they come here and I talk to them, they still need to eat. They still need to wear good clothes. The reason why they are on the street, most of them, they have daddy issues, or their parents are working. They don't have time for this. So Tariq is like, hey, I used to take him and say, hey, give me something to do so I can make some money. So we are going to collect these clothes so they can sort it and we can ship them to different countries.
For whoever needs
it, and we can sell it for them to make money. But it's not about the money. It's about engaging these kids, because when they go back on the street, what do they want to do? They want to flip something. Drugs, this.
So give them something legal to flip.
So come flip clothes. Do you know, if you Goodwill, after they sell their clothes in their shops, the remaining ones they sell to other people that ship them to Africa, and they make money of that. So now the same thing, I want these kids on the street to come and sort these clothes so we can ship them. I don't care about the money. It's not about the money. But if you give me your clothes, your shoes, and these kids come and sell them and ship, and we make money to take care of them. Education, they'll be educated. They'll be off the street.
Right.
Gang activities will go down.
Right. And
also the murders, killing people will go down.
Why do you think the murder? Why do you think that the murder rate has gone up amongst, especially the youth?
Poverty.
I heard this thing one time, and it said that if you were to take two animals and put them in a small, or a bunch of animals and put them in a place where there's not a lot of resources, they would all kill each other.
Yeah.
I think that's the same thing that goes on right here in the United States.
My child, I have a boy. He is energetic. So the average African American child, especially the female, even the male, even the female, they have energy. Where they get this energy from?
Loads of energy.
But we need to channel this energy. When these kids
channel it where? What do you think we should channel it?
To the right resources, like because of poverty, these kids, they have I think they call them OGs. They take advantage of these kids. Hey, when you sell my drugs, I can give you some.
OGs?
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Yeah. What does OG stand for?
No, that's it. Original gangster.
Original gangster. Yeah. So
say it again. Original gangster.
I want to be the OG.
You are, yeah. I'm about to say, but some people have flipped that term.
Yeah.
That's what it meant back in the day, but now a lot of OGs are the leaders, the positive. We try to make it a positive thing now.
Yeah, I want to be an OG. Yeah. I want them to flip clothes.
Yeah.
Same thing. So give me those clothes.
I like
so
it.
So they can flip it.
Love it. Yeah.
You see?
Give up the clothes, the clothing drive.
And shoes and stuff.
And girlie, tell them your address.
I'm on 1740 Deca Boulevard. Or you can go on our website, or you can write to us, and we can do pickups. We can coordinate, or you can volunteer.
And they can write to you where? On what's the website? It's ngorli.org?
Yes, ngorli.org.
So that's ngorli.org.
Yeah,
you can write to them, and Raymond and his staff will come and pick those things up if you have anything that you'd like to donate to the used item drive, because this OG is going to be putting kids on the block to flip clothes.
Clothes, yeah. They're not going to be flipping drugs. They'll be flipping clothes and shoes and stuff.
Yeah.
And they need it.
They do need it.
Their money because they want to look, and when we collect these clothes and stuff like that, right? Some of them want to look good.
Yeah.
So if they find what they like, they can wear it. So now they don't have to sell drugs to buy nice clothes. They can just dress up.
That's right.
And we can all.
But you know what? That'll help them because you never know, a lot of times people don't go find jobs because they don't have the clothes to go find them. They don't have, they can't present themselves. And when they walk in the door wearing street clothes, they look down on them and,
And also, there's a saying that you use more, they say you use honey to catch more bees than vinegar. So this is the collecting of the clothes and sorting is just my honey that I'm trying to use to catch bees.
More bees.
So when they come around, I'll teach them different stuff.
Right.
I will mentor them to the right distance.
Right.
I just want to meet them where they are.
Yeah. You're a blessing. You don't even know it. I hope you know it.
Well, I give thanks to God,
Me too. Amen.
Amen.
All right, let's talk about the African Ball. So African Ball happens every year?
Every year.
How many years have you done it?
Last year was my first event.
But you're planning on doing it every year?
November the 2nd. And I'm going to put more information out there.
Okay.
Last year was great. Is the most horrific, the best African program in America. I'm not even kidding. The attendance was great. The people loved it.
How many people did you have?
We have almost 500 people.
Where'd you have it held at last year?
The Gala by JW of Clemson.
Beautiful place.
They were very, very supportive. This year we're still working on the venue. We can use the same venue or maybe depending on one or two things that we're working on. And we're trying to partner with the government of Benin. Benin is a country in Africa. So we're working on the technicalities and then we will publish the date, the venue. The date is November the 2nd.
November the 2nd? Yeah. Okay.
It's always going to be the first Saturday in November.
And people will be able to eat African food.
It's you dress African, you eat African food, you dance to African music, and everything is African. Why? Because I just want to promote the culture.
Sankofa.
Yeah.
Go back to your roots. Sankofa.
Yeah.
And but let's talk about what you went to school for, because I think that's important. You're very resourceful, very knowledgeable about a few things, and we talked about the military, but you went to college for business,
computer science, and business management with concentration in nonprofit management. Yeah. So,
did y'all hear that? Nonprofit organizations.
Yeah. So I help
Raymond
people.
is a resource.
Yeah, So you see, I'm here running around collecting clothes, mentoring kids and stuff. But if I put the right people at the right places, I can help more nonprofit. I can help people with the passion to help. Because I'm a soldier. The more guns we have at the battlefield, the better we can win the war.
That's right.
So this is very important.
I have a friend of mine. His name is Frank Miller. Everybody calls him Han, but he has a nonprofit organization called Fathers and Great Men of Columbia.
Okay.
Shout out to Frank. I'm gonna definitely talk to him. And see, he probably would be interested in just coming out and helping out and being a part of it. And I'm sure you guys can help each other and link up.
It's all about a partnership.
It's all about a partnership.
In the black community, we don't like to partner. We're scared of each other. Why? I don't know. I'm not scared of anybody.
I know why. And I try not to, I get mad with people sometimes and I lash out, but honestly, I know the truth is I will blame somebody. We have been oppressed for so long that everything that we've had to work so hard to get it. And so we're afraid to lose it. And so we think that if we share with somebody any little bit of it, that we're going to lose it all. That's the wrong mindset, I know.
You know what I call that?
What's that? Crabs in a barrel.
And the oxygen effect.
Oxygen effect?
We all, we are struggling. We need that air. So when we grab the air, we just want to breathe it all in.
We want it all in, yeah.
So that's the oxygen effect. And I understand that. But you know something? A lot of, when you talk about Christianity, we know there's a lot of black people that are Christians. There's one thing, okay, you have to know, and it works. There's more blessing in giving.
That's right, than receiving. Giver's game.
So if you give, you will receive. Certain races, and I don't want to bash our people. White people give. They've mastered giving. They've done anything to give. They go to Africa all in the name of giving, and you see the result.
We got to get out of that. We got to get out of the. I mean, like they say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and again, expecting a different outcome. So if what we've done this far hasn't worked, then it just seems like we should try something different. And we've held on to we held on to the little shit that we have for so long, but we're not getting. I know people who have broken tables and broken TVs and broken, clothes with holes in it. Let that shit go. Give it to somebody less fortunate, because somebody out there needs it. That's how you get it back. That's how you receive what you need. When you give what you get. I mean, you receive what you give out. But we got to get out of that mentality of holding on to the little crumbs that we have, because we ain't gonna never come up like that.
We as people, we need to support black nonprofit. There's this young lady in Colombia called Vivian Anderson. It's called Every Black Girl. Yeah, she's doing amazing work in Colombia. I've met a lot of people, but we don't get the support that we need, and we are stretched. You see, when you go to the black neighborhood, I don't want to use this term, the ghettos. The grandmothers that are babysitting in the ghettos and stuff like that, they are the last stop to prevent molestation and rape. But they cannot get grants because their programs are not formal and this. But those grandmothers and people that babysit or do programs in the ghettos and stuff, they need money. But again, you need to go through this. If you give 10% to the church, okay? If you give 10% to the church, you cannot give 1% to your community.
That's right.
You have a problem.
It could be $1. A fundraiser could say they're trying to raise $100,000. but your dollar makes a difference.
It
Your
makes a
50 cents makes a difference. Any donation that you can give makes a big difference. And think about if everybody pulled a quarter out of their pocket and donated to black nonprofits, how much further we could be. But there's a new name brand out now. I think it's Balmain Paris. I don't know who it's made by, but I got a feeling it ain't nobody black, and I got a feeling it ain't gonna do shit for the black community. And but we don't even wear our own clothes. A black person come out with a clothing line, and we don't support it.
But you know what? You see, if you go to Africa, okay, most of our young men and women, when they graduate from junior high, most of them go to trading, like apprenticeship, and they learn how to sew clothes and stuff like that. Beautiful, but this is the catch. We don't wear the clothes. So there's something in Africa called Africa Friday, where they want people to wear African clothes on Friday to go to work. So you are in Africa, you are sending your children to go and learn how to design clothes and stuff like that. But you're not wearing it, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you are only dedicating Friday for people to wear African clothes. Why not wear African clothes every day?
And let Friday be the free day.
European wear or American wear.
Oh my gosh, it's so sad. I don't know.
That's why we need to link our identity. If we link our identity, we can talk about the issues.
We have to start loving ourselves, though. I don't think black people love themselves.
See,
we perm our hair. We wear, all makeup. We don't love ourselves. Until we can love ourselves, we can't love someone else.
That's one thing I don't understand. Black people we love everybody but ourselves. You see, if you go to Middle East, and I'm saying this for a fact, if you go to the Middle East, they don't love black people.
No,
they don't. But there's millions of Muslims in Africa, and Islam, is from Middle East. So you want me to worship your God, but you don't like me. Cool. Let's forget about that. Now let's come to America. You see, I tell people, even Jesus Christ, we raised Jesus Christ. And if you go to the Bible, if you study the Bible, you read the Bible, when Jesus Christ was born, right, the king of that time sent his soldiers to go and kill all the young men in that region. So because he wanted to kill Jesus Christ, because the wise men that went to him and told him that there's a new king born, they were supposed to go back to him and tell him where the king was. So the angel appeared to Mary and Joseph, and they took Jesus Christ to Egypt. Then Jesus Christ was raised. We raised Moses. We raised all these people. Joseph, we raised them. So we raised Christ. We built America. We love everything but ourselves.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. There's more to it. It's not everything you can say, but I know there's more to it. And the quicker
we can get the knowledge out.
Yeah. But we need to invest in our children. We don't.
We invest in stupid shit like cars and things that aren't going to bring us any return.
Christmas. Go to.
I hate Christmas.
Go to the neighborhoods and you see parents buying toys.
I hate Christmas.
Their Christmas tree.
You know what? I was always poor. I was a single mother, so I had my first child at 20 and my second at 20. Well, I was turning 24. No, I was 24 by the time I had him because my birthday's in September, his is in October. Okay. But I was always broke during Christmas. So my kids, like now they're 13 and 10, they don't be looking for a whole bunch of stuff. They are used, and I'm thankful for being broke. Because you got kids out here that are like, Ma, I want this. They come out with these lists. They want all these things. And my kids are used to giving for Christmas because we never had, we didn't have much to give to them. So for me to take their mind off of it, I say, hey, why don't we do something nice for somebody else this year,
But you know what I want to promote? Christmas, we should go and buy some education fund.
What if we could all buy like tablets and technology and send it to Africa?
Yeah, but that will not solve. You see, you cannot rob Peter to pay Paul. What we need to do is, that's why a lot of black churches they go to Africa and say, I'm going to Africa and I'm promoting education. Go to the ghetto.
We got to work with what we got right here.
Yes. I'm from Africa.
We got to fix these problems right here.
Yes. If we can...
Yes.
Africans need to solve their problem. African American needs to solve their problem, and then we meet in the middle.
But we can't do it across the board until we do it right here on this land.
Don't go to Africa and then you say you do this, and a lot of children come and they rub on you and you are happy. And then you are fulfilling yourself. Let's go to the ghetto where nobody want to listen to
right here. Like you said, we got to work with what we have.
Let's go to Monticello. Let's go to
Broad River.
Broad River. Let's go and minister over there. But you know what? I found out that those kids, they want to be led.
They do. Oh my goodness, they do. I lived on Broad River for 5 years. Loved it. Every minute of it. The kids. I used to have kids at my house every single day.
If we can take kids from Broad River and take them to Africa and bring kids from their villages in Africa and bring them here, but we don't have the resources. The African child cannot come here because the visa. The American child cannot go because of money. But we have gold, we have diamond, we have resources. So we just need to think. You know.
We got to think. Let's see what else. I mean, we've covered so much, Raymond. This has been great. One more question I have for you. Do Africans like Americans? Like black African Americans?
I get that question a lot, and I'm happy you asked, you know. When I was coming to Africa, America, my friends, they're like Ray. If you want to make it in America,
they call you Ray?
Yeah, they call me Ray. They call me Pinto.
Pinto?
Yeah.
Like the bean?
Yeah.
Why?
Ray Pinto, because, you know, I used to play soccer, and there's this player from Brazil, they call him Fabio Pinto.
Oh, okay.
So they call me Ray Pinto.
Oh, you was good in soccer. Let me find out you got a foot on you.
I used to coach soccer at a university in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a soccer coach.
Okay.
Yeah. So they like a Pinto. Charlie, if you go America, you get the white people for deal. Because if then we get the links. That means when you go to America, you need to deal with the white people because they have the deal. If you go and deal with the African Americans, bro, we will go there, we go suffer. Because of their perception. So, you know, I was in the army. I cook propaganda.
That's true a little bit.
That is not true. To a extent.
Well, okay. It's true to this extent. This is what I mean by that. If you go and talk to the black people, no, you might not get the resources, but you definitely will be able to know what the problem is.
But you know something? There's two things. Either I will worship the white man or I will worship God.
That's right.
I will not worship both.
You can't worship both.
Yes. You know? So if I don't have a problem worshiping the white man, and I don't have a problem. If that is where I'm going to get my bread from, I will. This is where I challenge God. You see, I'm a Christian and I challenge God. This is where I challenge God. That if we are all created in His own image,
that's right,
and I cannot trust my brothers, then God has a problem. It's not my problem. If I cannot love my brother, I choose to, but I cannot, because I see God in everybody.
Me too.
You see? So if I cannot pray to get the resources that I want, if God cannot give me the resources and I have to go to the white man, I will worship the white man. I don't need to worship God.
That's right.
So God needs to solve that problem. I know there's a lot of Christians who will be like, oh, no, you can't say that, this. No. I'm telling God, if I cannot pray to you for you to give me the resources, and I need to go to the white man, I worship the white man. I'm not racist.
I get what you're saying.
But I don't like race. I see people. I want everybody to be on the table. I want everybody to have something on the table. But we black people, we need to bring something on the table. See, I don't care about KKK and all this stuff. If they like it, I love it. If it works for them, keep it. If you want to be KKK,
be that.
I'm not going to go against it. No, because it works for you. If I want to be black, let me be black. But let's just live in harmony.
Let's live in harmony, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't hate anybody. If, like, you see people, KKK people go on rally and you are protesting against them, no. Hate does not cure hate. Love them. And they just love what they know. It's
a domino effect. If you fight fire with fire, it just makes a bigger fire.
Bigger fight. What happened in Charlottesville? Okay, I'm not for or against anybody. A bunch of people want to go and do rally for what they believe in. Just like if they say Black Lives Matters, let it be Black Lives Matters. Don't tell me all life matters, because at that time it's about black life.
That's right.
So we should respect the other distance. You see, now we are.
I agree.
Yeah, you see, we got to respect to be respected. I know because of what we've been through, we're also on the defensive.
But you can't be like that.
Yeah.
Because I used to work with this girl named Shelly. If you're watching, girl, shout out to you. But I'm not a morning person. At the time, I wasn't a morning person. And she would come to work every morning with her cup of Starbucks. And good morning, you know. And I'm like, at my desk, like, well, she shut up. But when she came by my desk, and good morning, I couldn't help but be polite to her. Yeah. And in my mind, I would think, God, would she shut up? But it's like that. And it really did make the entire office brighter. Yeah, you couldn't be mean to her. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying all that to say exactly what you were saying. We have to give the opposite, because that person may just not be used to. They might have never seen kindness. Yeah. You never know. You know
something. I would say two things. There's a family in Canada, white couple, the white family. They support Ngoli to the fullest. They chase to donate to Ngoli. If I change, like sometimes I change my donating platform, they would do. I just met them in November. They came all the way from Canada to America for the African Bowl. They would do anything for Ngoli. Those are white couples. Those are white families. I don't have anything. You see, they believe.
It's not about white and black.
Yeah. You see?
It's not about that. It's about, if you see that there's a problem and you want to help, then you help.
Yeah. And the reason why I don't bash people is, let me give you an example, and this is true. In Ghana, right, there's a tribe that eats dog.
Tribe that ate?
A tribe.
A tribe.
They eat dog.
Ate dog, okay.
They eat dog. I'm like, dog? Why would I eat a dog meat? But do you know what my tribes eat? Cat. So
Chinese people, they say they eat cat and dog.
Yeah. So now I'm like, dog is, if you see, so now I'm bashing somebody that is eating dog.
Right.
But my tribe eat cat.
Cat, yeah.
So
animal. It's still an animal.
So that's why we should respect certain things.
We should respect differences. We should.
Because we are not somebody like Chinese food, somebody like seafood. So I'm not against anybody.
People have to accept that we have differences. We are not all the same. We were all created equally, but we were all given different gifts. We were all given different curves, different skin colors, different hair textures, different whatever, but we are all still a human. We're one race, a human race.
We just have to love ourselves.
Yeah.
If the black man or black woman can love him or herself, our problems will be solved.
Yes. You're so right.
If we don't love, you see, sometimes let's look at our neighborhood. We complain about how police deal with our brothers and sisters in the neighborhood. But when the black persons get money, the first thing he's doing is move out of the ghetto. If you love it, if you want the ghetto to be loved, why not stay there and make a change?
You know what goes on though? I'm going to tell you what happens in the ghetto. So there's always that one person that moves out of the ghetto. They make it, whatever. They might luck up and get a great job or something. Not luck up, but they work hard and get a great job. And you know what they do a lot of times? They come back into the ghetto and they flash their cars and all this money. Why would you do something like that? Why not sit everybody down who comes from the same place that you come from and tell them how to get what you got? Or, start a business with them all. But educate them.
Yeah, you see, and that is our problem. Right now, which female artist is reigning America? Cardi B. Cardi B, nothing against Cardi B. I love her music. But all she's talking about is sex, money. You are promoting sex and money.
All of it really need is the money.
Yeah. I love money.
I don't really need the D, I need the money. Money.
Our children.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
look at Jay-Z.
They think about money, 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 and they think money equals respect.
Yeah.
Or power.
But
it doesn't.
Teach these kids how to make the money. You see, Jay-Z, for example, Beyonce, great talent. I love Beyonce. I love Jay-Z. But at their age right now, they shouldn't be singing Drunk and Love. Talking about promoting drinking and all that stuff. So
they should be promoting education.
For example, Jay-Z have a song, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. And I'm sorry. I just want to say, like, I got 99 problem, but the bitch ain't one. So you, Jay-Z, at that age, a role model to a lot of African American kids. Why not go out got 99 problem, but education is not one? So
did y'all hear that shit?
You see, so our music
is leading the kids in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
The music is a big problem, but the music. My kids listen to a lot of the same music that you're talking about. I talk to my kids though, and my kids know the difference.
But what about the child that does not have anybody to talk to them?
That's up to leaders like you and me.
Well, and I agree, it takes a village to raise a child. But the only way people like me, Vivian, the grandmothers in the ghetto and whatever,
can continue.
So we need the support.
If you go and donate to the fundraiser that's coming in February the 1st on Facebook and GoFundMe, we'll be able to do that.
Yeah.
We'll be able to go into the ghettos. We'll be able to keep the grandmother in the ghetto that's keeping all the kids from being molested and being on the streets and all kinds of stuff. We'll be able to do that. So the moral of the story is Ngoli and Sankofa, which means...
Ngoli means there's future, there's hope. Sankofa means going back to your roots.
Yeah.
Let's do
I think we need
both.
Yeah. Ngoli first. Well, Ngoli is going to bring us back to our roots, which is to love one another. And I think we've said it all.
I think we've done that.
Does anybody have any questions? Anybody? We'll go into a question. I think we're gonna cut out. Who do we have watching? Hello. Any questions, anybody? Because we're gonna cut out of here. We thank y'all for tuning in. I hope that you guys have been educated here today.
I hope so.
Raymond is right here off of Decker Boulevard. If you have any donations, don't forget about the fundraiser that's coming up February the 1st on Facebook and GoFundMe. Don't forget about the used item drive. If you have any used items that you'd like to donate, Raymond said that he's trying to be the OG.
OG, yeah. I just want to flip clothes.
And he wants to flip clothes and give clothes to people or these young kids who need clothes and would like to sell something other than drugs. I can't wait for the African Ball in November. Yeah. We're definitely going to be linking up, and me and Raymond will be doing some work together.
Yeah, we talk about, she got great talent, and she's about to teach kids how to use the camera to do great things.
In Ghana too, in Ghana and in London, as well as here, we'll be able to teach the kids. Well, I'm going to give them the resources that they need, because honestly, I have tried to help adults out, and they don't want it. So I'm all about the kids anyway. But we're going to be doing a lot of work together, so you'll see me and Raymond again. Yeah. We're going to be doing some virtual classrooms from here and traveling to Ghana and London to bring the community back, just make sure the resource to link them, to make sure the resources are available across the board and the knowledge, because knowledge is power.
It is.
How much schooling is done in Africa is a question that somebody had. How much schooling is done in Africa?
I mean, schooling in terms of classroom. Now, Africa, there's a lot of about 40% of 40% of our population, I mean the children, do not go to school.
Don't go to school?
Don't go to school. But that is changing. But
40%?
Yeah.
So there's no, like here, if you're 16 and under, it's like truancy. You go to jail. Your parents will go to jail if you don't go to school.
The system don't work in Africa. In Ghana, for example, you have to go to school at that age. But if you go to Ghana around, there's kids selling at school hours. They're on the street doing business. So
selling?
Yeah, selling stuff. They're selling water.
Okay.
On the street, under the nose of our leaders, and they can't do anything about it because you know what? There's no system. And this is something we'll talk about later when people say Africa is corrupt. Africa is not corrupt. Africa has no system. And when people like Bill Gates go to Africa to kill mosquito instead of helping out with our classrooms and technology, that problem. If you are going to help me with what I need. Don't pretend you are helping me. It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Any other questions? At least I hope that answers your question. Anybody else got anything? Guess not. Well, Raymond,
thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this, and definitely stay tuned in to my page and go definitely look up Ngoli on Facebook. He has a Facebook page. He has a website, ngoli.org. And then the GoFundMe that's going to be a 30-day wide fundraiser that we're going to raise $100,000. No amount is too small. If you have 25 cents, donate it. Because this is going to help your kids. And he's got a van that we need to get some work done. So if somebody wants to donate some, what needs to be done on the van? Do you know?
The van, the light are off. And the side of the van, there's some scratches that we need to stretch out, or we need to change that side of the left side of the van, and then we can put it on the register it.
Register it.
And we need some money to put fuel in, and then just start picking up the keys.
So donate, y'all. $100,000 is gonna make a big difference out here, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited that I met you. Shout out to Nichelle Hayes and BJ Armstrong. Nichelle is actually who introduced me or referred us to each other, and it was great. So thanks, you guys.
Before you go, I just want to thank everybody that is helping us in Africa, Canada, and all the volunteers.
I have a question. Why is it so? Oh, it disappeared. Can you pull up that question? Go.
I have my phone.
Can you ask that question again? I'm sorry, it disappeared just that fast. The platform that I'm using, it won't stay up. Can you repost your question, please? It looked like a really good question. I'm just... Anybody else got any questions? We're just waiting on that last question to repost. We want to answer it. Definitely. Answering questions.
What do you think the question was about?
It came and flashed so fast. I don't know. I wish I could look it up and see. It just doesn't give me the ability.
Maybe we can go back and we answer it later on.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll definitely do that. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm just afraid that if I go offline, they're gonna ask it as soon as I go off, but that's okay. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Till next time. Thanks for watching the buzz.